Good evening. Tonight I want to talk to you about whether or not to have a programmable thermostat or a non-programmable thermostat. The advantages and disadvantages to having one, and just answer the question whether or not would it benefit me to have a programmable thermostat. There have been a lot of studies done on programmable thermostats, and one was done by Carrier Comfort Series, and they report that you can save up to 15% on your utilities and even apply for rebates by having a programmable thermostat. Another was by the Energy Information Administration, which says that we spend about 42% of our home energy costs go to heating and cooling. A lot of these costs come from heating and cooling your spaces, including heating and cooling while people are asleep. And just face it, most of us are not good at turning things off whenever we're not using them. The fact that some folks think it uses more energy to turn the thermostat down at night and then reheat the following day is a wrong theory. In 1978, a research paper was done by Nelson and MacArthur, and they confirmed basic physics. On average, if you turn the thermostat down 1 degree Fahrenheit for 8 hours every night, you'll use about 1% less energy. So if you turn your thermostat down 10 degrees, you would save about 10%. But note, they did say that you see less savings in milder climates. And also if you use electric heat. Based on this, it makes sense that a programmable thermostat could reduce energy uses. You simply program your thermostat while you're away on vacation. This thermostat here has an option, a vacation option, that you can use while you're away, and you would not have to have the heating or cooling unit running while you're away. You can set on these thermostats for each individual day. Say this one has 4 different settings on the time. For when you wake up, you could set it to have like a warm-up period, and that would heat your house while you're getting ready to go to work and have your house good and comfortable while you're doing that for that hour and a half, say. And once you do that and you get ready to leave for work, you could set your thermostat to cut off and be at a reasonable temperature during the day while you're not there. And then the third setting could be when you come in the afternoon, and it could have the house either cool or warm, whatever season it was, and it would be comfortable whenever you got home. And then you could set it again for when you would be going to sleep that night to adjust to whatever you needed to. What they've seen in some cases of folks having programmable thermostats, it didn't really save any money. And this is where we want to answer the question, is where would it benefit you? If you are not on a routine schedule, a programmable thermostat is probably not going to help you. This is for folks that are being on a routine. They can set the thermostat. They'll be leaving at the same time, basically every morning. They'll be getting back in the afternoon at the same time, and they would not have to worry about going over to the thermostat, setting it for whatever comfort level they want it to, and it would do it themselves. A lot of the thermostats have another feature on them, which are filter reminders, which will remind you to change your filter after so many hours of usage, and you could benefit from that. And they have those on programmable thermostats and non-programmable thermostats. One of the disadvantages to having a programmable thermostat is going to be the cost. Right off the bat, you will spend a little bit more money to have a programmable thermostat. You can have them where you can set your schedule from Monday through Friday for 4 different settings during the day, or 2 different settings. And then you can set the weekend separate, so if you have a different schedule on the weekend. Or you can do all 7 days individually. So if you have a kind of a schedule that jumps around just a little bit during the week and it's on the same day every week, you could set it for that. Another benefit to having a newer thermostat, they have options on them where you can set the heat for one temperature and the cool for one temperature. And most thermostats have a dead bandwidth, which is just the width that you can set your heat and cooling within 3 degrees. Say you wanted your house not to get any warmer than 72 degrees. So you would set your cooling at 72 degrees. You have 3 degrees to play with there, so you could let your house not get any cooler than 69 degrees. You could set your heat at 69. And that way, during this kind of season like we're in right now, where you might have a 70 or 80 degree day, and then it might get down to 30, maybe 40 degrees at night. You would not have to be going back and forth to your thermostat, kicking the heat on or kicking the cooling on, back and forth. That way, you can set this on 72 degrees for cooling, you can set it on 69 degrees for heating, and you can just let that ride and you won't have to worry about that. The heat will cut on if it gets down below 69, and the cooling will cut on likewise at 72. That is an extra benefit. Like I said, not all people can benefit from having a programmable thermostat. And the theory that it would save money, it just depends on how you use it. If you use a programmable thermostat to your benefit and you have a routine schedule, yes, it could save you money. But if you stay at home a lot and you're not really gone that much, or you have a schedule which is you're back and forth and you don't have really a routine, most people, in most studies they found that when you come into an uncomfortable house, you will overcompensate and you'll turn the thermostat either down, way down, or you'll turn it way up to make the house comfortable, and the unit will end up running longer, so you don't save money. So I'll let you decide whether or not to get a programmable thermostat. These are just some of the benefits to having one, and thank you for listening tonight.